All right. So today, I keep having people ask me about this thing called the personal economy. So we're going to break it down today. Specifically in our industry, it could be any industry. You could be a chiropractor, you could be a doctor, you could be a painter, you could be a landscaper, and you can create your own personal economy. For us as hairstylists and as beauty professionals and barbers, we have such a great ability to produce income in different areas of our business because beauty products are a huge part of our industry. Beauty knowledge, from educating on haircuts, hair color, extensions, eyebrows, permanent makeup, makeup itself, bridal hair. That's another sector, is education. So you have services, you're doing all these different services, then you have education on all these different things. Then you got products to support people who are doing those services and to clients who are receiving those services. So the way it breaks down for your personal economy is this. You have service, and that is the foundation of everything. You need to be exceptional at the services you provide. If you're not exceptional, then you're going to be a not exceptional teacher. You're not going to have the good ability to articulate why that product is good, how to actually demonstrate how that product works. But on the knowledge side of things, you're not going to be able to teach people how to do their hair properly if they're your client sitting in the chair, or teach another hairstylist how to do someone else's hair. Why is this important? Because as an owner, it's your job to build the team, and the team builds the business now. If you can't teach your team, like your new assistant coming out of school, how to actually do a blowout, she's never going to be efficient behind the chair. If you can't teach people how to cut hair, they're never going to be able to cut hair. So it's important for you as an owner to understand how important being able to transfer knowledge is. When it comes to products, to be able to sell products to people is part of what we do, retail. Now, like I said, this works two ways. You can create a Shopify store and sell products to the masses. You're going to sell products inside of your salon to complement the service you're providing. You are going to create your own product line possibly, and then you're going to be able to sell that either online or in your salon. So products is technically, like products and knowledge are going to be the next two things you're going to focus on. But number one is service. So if you don't have a good retention rate, that's usually an indicator that your services suck. So really focus on mastering your craft. Once you master your craft, then you have the ability to show someone else how to do that. So let's talk about products before we jump into knowledge, because knowledge is really the most scalable thing in this whole entire thing for an individual with a personal economy. So let's talk products. Okay. Products, don't mind my handwriting or my back. Products. Retail. Guys, people are coming into your salon. They want to buy products. They want their hair to look like it does when they leave the salon. If you're not able to capitalize on selling them retail in your salon, fundamentally, there's something wrong with how you're doing your consultation. So let's just start there. Goes right back to service again. There is such an opportunity for a salon to sell products within their salon. I'm not even going to talk about online right now. If you're missing that opportunity, please go back and rethink how you're doing your consultations, rethink your whole entire business, because services and products go hand in hand. It's been like that since we started the salon industry, right? Every single salon back in the 80s and 90s, before the internet, 20% of their revenue was because of retail. Now, let's fast forward to today. Majority of people get their information from this thing, okay? They're scrolling on TikTok, they're scrolling on social media, Instagram, YouTube. They're learning how to do their hair. They're watching YouTube videos, tutorial videos, how-to videos. So what should you do? You should be an expert at what you're doing, hair, and you should teach people on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, whatever platform, Facebook, how to use the products to achieve the looks that you create in the salon. Then what you do is you link to them. You do it through a live feed like Whatnot or TikTok live shopping, or you just do it through basic content that you post on YouTube or Instagram. How does this work for you? Well, if you're a solopreneur, like you have a suite, guess what? You create a Shopify store. So now you're working 3-4 days a week. You're doing hair. You're creating content in the salon. You're capturing that B-roll. You're showing people like the can of hairspray. You don't have to speak. You just use the products show the camera, and then what you do is do a voiceover. Explain why you're using that particular product, how it works, why it works. Then you link to that product in your Instagram. Then what happens? Someone clicks on it, they really enjoy the education you just gave them, and then they purchase the product because they trust you. Let's put that on steroids now. Let's say you created a really good piece of content and you're just really good in front of the camera, you're good at speaking, and that video goes viral. Okay, let's do some math here. So here's my handy dandy calculator here. So let's say you have a video that gets 1 million views. Okay, not unheard of in today's day and age. Let's say you're selling in that video a shampoo. You buy the shampoo for $10, it sells for $20. Out of the 1 million people, let's say 1% buy the shampoo that saw your video. Okay, that's 10,000 people. Your profit on that is $10. That's $100,000 from one piece of content because you have another vertical to monetize, which is product. So you made money doing the service in your salon. You recorded that as content. You then posted that content to talk about the product that you used, and that generated you $10,000 in profit. Okay. Now you got to ship it and stuff like that. There's fees. So maybe you're going to walk with $8,000. Not a bad day for just posting a piece of content, right? So now there's also products if you are really good at educating people on how to do hair, like Carly from the Blonde Chronicles. Let's say there's a bunch of educators out there. Jacob Kahn, he has scissors, right? Fancy shears, I think it's called. So now he's creating his own personal economy. He cuts hair in the salon. He teaches people how to cut hair. He sells shears. So you could sell products to the professionals as well. So it's not just about selling shampoo. So if you're really good at a particular thing like cutting or coloring, and you have like a cool board, like the Vibe board or Cool board, I think actually it's called a Cool board, and you could sell that balayage board to all of your different peers. That's another way to sell products in your personal economy. Guys, it's really endless here. Like stop thinking about your small little world in Omaha, Nebraska, or wherever you're at in North Carolina, or the small town you live in Kentucky, because the internet hits everybody in the world. Like you have the ability to reach so many people just by producing content. Your personal economy lives on the back end of you getting attention off creating more content. So now let's do this. You're killing it with services. Now you got products you're selling. You're selling this friggin' balayage board to other hairstylists, and you are selling different aftercare products through your content to your virtual clients. You're doing pretty well now. And you think to yourself, this is great. Everyone keeps asking me to teach them. Maybe I'll start like an online course, or maybe a coaching company, right? Kind of like the Level Up Academy, something that I do. And guys, I'm teaching this because this is what I do. This is my whole entire blueprint, by the way. So now you're like, I really love, let's talk about lived in color because everyone's obsessed with it. I really love highlights and color, and I got like, everyone loves my pictures. Host a class, right? So you're going to host a class, everyone loves it, you record that class, and then people are trying to attend it, but they can't get to you. So now you're like, let me do a virtual community or coaching program. Now, let's get out my trusty calculator again. Your skill set's amazing. You're teaching people how to do the things that you do behind the chair. Everyone loves you. Let's say you build up your followers to 250,000 followers, okay? Let's do 1% of 1/3 of your audience. So let's go 33% equals 82,000 times 1% of that. So 1% of 1/3 of your audience, that's 825 people. If you just build an online reputation between all your social media platforms of 250,000 people, 825 people trust you enough to pay you $97 a month. That's $80,000 a month in reoccurring revenue. You're making money doing services, but you're probably going to stop doing that when you're making 80 grand a month. Now you have an audience to sell your products to. So your online community, because you're teaching different techniques, and you're teaching how to use this board that you have, you're teaching them how to use this particular comb or scissors that you have or shears. Guess what? Keep selling products to them. So what you did was, let's go down here, put knowledge, right? I probably just spelled that wrong, but you guys just deal with it. So we got service, product, knowledge. This is your vertical. This is your trifecta. These all grow independently of one another, but they all complement each other too. So I'm creating content in the salon because I am a salon owner coach. I can teach people how to grow their business in the salon. So I'm in the salon filming. I'm also doing a client. I get paid for that client while I'm capturing content. So I'm getting paid twice, right? It's called no extra time, net time, right? You want to make sure you're doubling down on your activities throughout the day, so you're not wasting anything, because life gets busy. I'm going to be doing product reviews. So not only am I going to be speaking about the products I'm using, because I sell them on the Warehouse Salon, which is my salon's website, I'm capturing content, showing other owners that, yeah, I actually am in the business. I'm not like some salon coach or someone who just doesn't even own a salon and I try and teach people what to do in a salon. No, I'm actually in the salons. I'm using products that I sell on my website. Now I have trust from people who are buying, and they kind of do some research, like, who's this company selling products? Are they real? Are they legit? Is it fake products? No, because they see that I'm actually doing the thing. And then I'm doing services, but I'm also teaching my team how to do these services. So this is how I built my personal economy, except I teach my knowledge that I teach. I don't teach technical skills. I teach business skills, marketing. So that's a whole nother area you could step into. What I teach can transfer to really anyone, any service-based industry, I should say. And so maybe I'll migrate to that one day, but I'm probably going to stay in my lane and stay within the beauty industry. But I teach marketing, I teach SEO, I teach Google ads, meta ads, content creation, leadership, mindset, operations, profit first systems, how to actually become a profitable salon, how to have hard conversations with your team. These are all things that I teach because these are all things that I do. So just take what you love to do. If it's coloring, extensions, highlighting, and then figure out what makes you the best at doing that thing, what makes you unique, and then go create a program around teaching other people. The fastest way to get whatever you want out of this life is to help other people achieve that thing. So if you want to become really wealthy, help other people become really wealthy. It's that simple. If you want to become really good at hair, teach other people how to be really good at hair. It's not rocket science, ladies and gentlemen. As hairstylists today, if you're not making 100 grand a year, like honestly, like that's bare minimum you should be making. And I'm not saying this to like offend anybody, but if you're not, it's because you're lazy. And if you say you're not lazy, it's because you're procrastinating and you're trying to keep yourself busy doing something that's not effective. To average $1,000 a day behind the chair, that's not that difficult to do. I promise you. You are just not you're not doing enough content. You're not doing enough reach outs to people. Once you master that craft of attracting clientele in your chair, then it's not that hard to attract clients to buy your products if you have an online store like Shopify. And then once you get good at that, it's not hard to acquire clients to sell your knowledge to. So you are a brand. The quicker you realize that you're a personal brand, the quicker you can start creating your personal economy. If you look at anyone in our industry who had any level of success, from Vito Sassoon to the Blonde Chronicles to Ben Brown, I mean, there's so many brilliant educators out there who teach technique. Like, there's a reason why they do it. A, they love doing it, but B, they make a lot of money doing it. Your body will break down on you one day. Sorry, you 22-year-olds, it's going to happen. Trust me, I'm 46 years old. Like, my body feels so good now that I'm not doing hair 12 hours a day. Like, I feel like I'm 25 again. So you have to say to yourself, like, what else can I do to create wealth for myself? And it's mastering these skills, mastering the skills of marketing, communication, really becoming a personal brand. AI is something I also teach in our community. Two things are going to separate the successful from the unsuccessful: your personal brand and how well you can use AI. That's it. You want to master two things, really get good at learning how to use AI, because it will help you create your curriculum. It will help you build a store to sell products. It will help you learn how to create a marketing strategy to get more clients in for services. Like I'm telling you right now, it's such a valuable tool. And then your personal brand's attention. So Instagram, TikTok. If this was the 80s, you would have to go out and hand out flyers to people or business cards to get attention, to let people know you even do hair. You don't have to do that anymore. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is your personal economy. It's a combination of service, product, and knowledge. All three of them work together. All three of them work independently. But what it comes down to is you have to be exceptional here first with your services. You have to have knowledge of how to do that service, knowledge of the ins and outs of owning a salon or running a salon or doing color or doing hair cutting. So you can actually recommend products that work really well to complement those services, or to teach someone how to do those services even better by creating a product that helps them with that. Then you sell your knowledge. And that is how you were never dependent on a salon owner or a corporation or anybody else ever again. That's your personal economy. James, we're going to kick it off the Q&A. Ladies and gentlemen, if you got questions, I got answers. James, you got anything?
Yeah, Randy Hazard, 62 and still behind the chair because of the love for this industry. Could I stop financially? Yep, but want to? Nope, not a question.
Then don't. Guys, listen. Here's a real question. You don't have to stop doing hair. But if you have a family, how nice would it be to have an extra 30, 40,000 a month coming in to help pay for some of the bills of your family, your kids, help create legacy, help pay for college? And if you really do love this, then and you love helping more people, then make enough money where you can actually do hair for free and travel the world. That's what we're talking about here. Doing what excites you the most and never having to worry about money again. James, next question. Questions, please. I don't need statements.
All right.
And guys, if you're just tuning in right now, we're talking about the personal economy. So just get your questions ready. And this is going to be posted on YouTube so you can watch it live. I know it's midday for a lot of people. So
yeah, we got, let's see.
Listen, you can't be doing hair for 2 years. And well, you could actually, let me take that back. There's no, you can't do anything, but typically you're going to want to have some kind of experience in the thing that you're teaching. So for a lot of you younger people who are like good at one particular service, if you're really exceptional, like you're the Kobe Bryant or the Michael Jordan of hair cutting and you're 22 years old, rock on. But typically, if you suck at doing hair or services and you kind of like have one little thing that's going okay for you and you're like, oh, let me create a course because you can make money doing it. Don't. Become the best at what you do. Then create the course. Don't try and use the course to make money. Don't use this shit to make up for the fact that you suck at this one thing. Become the best at this one thing. So then all this grows because of that. I just want to say that right now. James?
Can I start building my own personal economy if I'm just renting a chair?
You should be building your personal economy if you're renting a chair. Let me just say this out here for everyone, okay? Every single stylist, whether you're a commission artist, you're renting a suite, renting a chair, getting paid hourly, you need to kill that mindset of being an employee. You are the CEO of your life. That business behind your chair is your business. You have to treat it like it's your own business. You have to really step into the role of the entrepreneur. You're the personal brand, and stop thinking because I just rent the chair or I'm just a stylist. No. You have the ability to implement this too. You could be a commission artist and you could 100% start your own Shopify store and sell products because you have a license, you get them at a discount, and you have 100% the ability to create a knowledge-based business as a commission stylist without worrying about rent as an owner. Coming and going. You could travel the world if you wanted to and not worry about the salon falling apart. Yes, 100% if you're a renter, you can create your personal economy. In fact, sometimes it's almost even easier. Here's one for you owners right now. Your internal curriculum that you teach to your team, that you package up really elegantly, like I'm not talking your handbooks or SOPs, but your really internal training. What makes your salon unique, the best at cutting, the best at coloring? You could package that up and you could sell that to other salons, other stylists. And so all the work you put in to build your amazing salon, it's valuable. Sell it to the world. I promise you, it's very, very lucrative. James, next question.
Yeah, I work 6 days a week behind the chair. How do you balance all of this without burning out? I struggle with just all my work behind the chair.
Well, here's the deal. 6 days a week. Are you really busy 6 days a week? Because if you're not, condense your schedule down. Cut down to 3 days a week and then spend the rest of the time creating your products and services. But here's the deal. You're working 6 days a week because you're trading your time for money. If you're always trading your time for money, you're never going to have time to build a business that doesn't require your time to be successful. So there's going to be a trade-off here. A, maybe dial down some of your outside spending if you have to work 6 days a week to survive. B, raise your prices, because if you're busy 6 days a week because you have to fit clients in, you're oversubscribed. It's time to raise your prices and then let people pay for the value that you're delivering. If you condense your schedule down to 4 days a week, let's say, now you got 2 days a week to work on this other thing. While you're doing hair 6 days a week, James, screenshot her page or his page. I want to see their page. You should be getting, if you're busy 6 days a week, 4 to 5 solid pieces of content every single day that you can then create some kind of content to sell a product. So as that builds in the back end, your 6 days a week could cut down to 3 or 2, because now all the momentum from being either affiliate marketer or selling products online is making up for the difference in income, if not more than, right? You've been making more money doing that. Same thing with selling like the skill set as well. James. That's what I was talking about while James is getting the next question ready, is taking the mindset of just being an employee and killing that mindset. You're a business owner, even though you don't think you own a business, you are the brand. That book of business, that's your column inside the booking software, that's your business. Treat it as such. When you go out in public, act like you are professional. Talk to people about their hair. Like you are a brand. Change your mindset. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. All right. And James, we're going to wrap it up. If there's no more questions, I'm sure everyone's busy working.
Yeah, we got no more questions.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that is your personal economy. I hope you enjoyed it. Any questions, do me a favor, reach out to me on Instagram. I'm at Nick Mirabella, and I'll help you unpack this whole entire thing. It's not difficult to do. I promise you. There's a bunch of idiots out there who are making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month selling $27, $47, $67 courses, programs, PDFs, and they're not stuck behind the chair 6 days a week. So I promise you, it's 100% possible. So any questions, reach out to me on Instagram. I'll be happy to help. If you're a salon owner and you are looking for help growing your salon, like mastering that service, please reach out to me, because the benefit to you is you can now have your team start creating their own personal economies within your salon. So you grow the team grows the business. Imagine you had 10 people who you were supporting in some facet, one way or another, who are creating their personal economy, helping you create your personal economy. Do you understand the power of that compounded effort, what that can do for you as a salon owner? So if you want to hear more about that, shoot me a DM. James, I'm out. Ladies and gentlemen, God bless. See you later.